Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Technomancer with your host, Nighthawk. I'm over here in our workshop right at the moment, and I thought I'd show you what I've been working on here real quickly. You'll see that I've got in my hand this weird flower-looking item. That is the wireless access terminal. That's right, I have installed the first wireless access point onto our Applied Energistics network. And it works just like the regular access terminal that you can plug directly into the system, but you can use it without actually being directly adjacent to your terminals. Now, the main purpose that I have for this, and let's see if they're here. I think they're boosters. Yeah, there we go, 16 of them. Now, the main purpose that I have for this is to allow us to access our Thumbcraft materials while we are in the tree fort. Well, not tree fort, but in the Thumbcraft tree. And we take these wireless boosters and we stick them in the access point. And now, when we are at the top of the Thumbcraft tree, we should have access to our Applied Energistics system. Now, the one catch at this precise moment is that I don't have enough redstone to make the cable to plug into the rest of the network yet. I'm about 20 cables short, which means basically one stack of redstone short right now. I actually made 3 access points though, so there's an access point that I put in the wall here. And this is to provide access, wireless access while we're up here working around. If we go down here, we can, if we're working on making the system down here do something special, then we have access to it here. We can, when we're looking at a machine, we can see this says apple juice, but it doesn't have any saplings in it. So we can look for saplings and see that we don't have any in storage right now. I also came across a couple problems with the Steve's cart setup, and I've also now added a little bit more automation to it. You can see now that there is a item loader situated above the system here. Take a look at you here. It's getting closer to where it's actually going to use that. Actually, you're getting behind. I think what I am going to need to do is move the loader over a couple of blocks, because right now this track here is not locking down the cart, which is causing it to causes it to take a lot more time to unload. Like, it's got a stack of saplings in there right now that it should have already dropped off, but you can see it's only dropping off a small handful each time it goes around. We need to fill that. Sorry, in a little bit of maintenance mode here. Let's put... There we go. So, yeah, it is working better, but it does still have a couple things that still need to be done to make it work a little bit more optimally. Like there, it dumped off all of them, or back down to where it should be, but it didn't dump all the wood. Not too concerned about the wood specifically, but if it doesn't dump all of its inventory, then it's going to get backlogged and cause problems. While we're at it, I'm working on making enough charcoal to keep the cart supplied for an extended period of time, but it takes a little while to do. I guess I really could use these furnaces here to help matters as well. So right now there's an export bus that's connected to that item loader that's pulling charcoal out and putting it into the loader. So, making progress here. Now, let's see. Now, unfortunate thing is I don't have any specific plan for this episode, so it might be a little bit of wandering around here. I think what I would like to do next, I've mentioned last episode that I have moved the world onto a server. The plus side, actually, oh look, we got saplings in here now. So apparently we got enough of a batch of saplings to get things reloaded. I mentioned last episode, I think, that I had moved the Technomancer world onto a server. It's not going to be any server that anybody else ever logs into. It's just for my purposes to make it easier with the turtles in particular. But some other things like the bees and things like that will be beneficial having it on a server. So the drawback, though, is when something isn't quite right, who growl? Silly guys. When something isn't quite right, or it just needs a little bit more tweaking or anything like that, it can go for quite some time before it actually gets fixed. And when I came in here at the start of my prep for the set, wow, there go all the words. When I came in here for the prep for this episode, all of the biomass had been used up from this tank, and all of the biomass engines were sitting idle. There were no... I was using plant balls, but there were no plant balls in here in either of the fermenters, and they were a little low on the mulch. We've since got the mulch back up to full, and we switched back to the saplings. I'm not entirely sure, but I think the saplings are slightly more efficient, or I don't know, they just seem to... It seems like you get more per sapling than you do... you might get more for a single piece of biomass, of a plant ball, but not more than 9 saplings give you. Oops. Apparently we got a little bit more apples in there, because we just used up some more apple juice. But yeah, they just don't seem to produce more than 9 saplings do in the system. So that's why we switched back to the saplings instead of the plant ball. And let's see, what else to look at here? I did get the Ender Dragon egg. There it is. I just used the simple piston trick just because, well, I was lazy and didn't feel like trying to do any other... didn't feel like doing any other tricks. Now there is, let's see, what's energy... What is this called? There's a Dragon Egg Energy Siphon. We may make one of these if we get into any industrial craft power, because that's 128 EU per tick that we don't have to work on generating ourselves. It is rather expensive though, because we need these iridium plates. So it would be quite some time before we actually made one, but we may do that for the egg. We most likely will use the egg for bees in the future, but I don't really want to get into bees quite yet, just on here. And a lot of that is actually because I don't want to do the same efforts here as I'm doing on CryptoCraft at the same time. So once I get the bees settled down a little bit more there, I may start doing some of that here. We'll see how that ends up working out. For the moment, let us... Oh, the other side effect of this being on a server is when I got on and started heading over to the mining area to check on the turtles and get them going again, there were a ton of wisps all packed into an area right around that first hilltop, that first peak. I don't know what they were there for. Fwip has mentioned that on the Cryptocraft server, every time he logs into the server, he has a ton of wisps around his area. And there it's most likely just a matter of the aura in his area just being high flux area. I mean, you can look at the flux right now. I don't have any flux in my environment, so it shouldn't be doing that here. I don't know what that was all about. I'll have to keep an eye on things. Oh, darn it. Well, way dark down there. Oops. It's much easier to jump along. Thought we'd just go take a look at the mining area here and what the turtles have done. And this is why I like having the turtles and having them running. So you can see all the way down to bedrock there. Why is... oh, never mind. He isn't as far down on the other side as I thought. For a second I thought he'd left a little wall there on that level. But yeah, you can see the turtles do very, very good work. Bit of a lake that got taken out from underneath, but put some light there. Yeah, there's all the way down to bedrock here, and they're working on their way down on either side. So very effective way of mining, and helps with our resource gathering tremendously, and makes sure that, you know, I don't have to just sit around going caving all the time or anything like that. Now, I know a lot of people do like the caving, but can't do it all the time just because not everybody likes that, so gotta give some variety here. So yeah, this is kind of what I'm doing with the turtles. You'll notice that I'm not being very consistent on the sizes. Doesn't really matter how big the vertical shafts are that we're digging out. I'm keeping a three-wide walkway, and I'm just kind of heading south right now. I may turn it off on occasion and go different directions depending on what I feel like doing. Probably won't do that too often just because of, I want to make sure to gather as much as possible. The three-wide walkway here is more a factor of where I need to place the ender chest. So the ender chest is actually exactly between them, and it leaves that gap on its own. You see, this turtle is clearing that space out quite nicely. So yeah, that is our mining technique, and you can see it is very effective. Come on. Okay, come on. Right there. I've had them running for quite a while now, and especially once I got it switched over the server, I set the set up some of these mines and let them get going. You can see that turtle just now returning with some more goodies. And now that I've got this on the server with chunk loader, I've got a chunk loader there and a chunk loader at the main base in the workshop, so that the storage system stays online. And yeah, we're doing much better for resources now. So yeah, that is that. Just as a reminder, if you look in the description of the videos, you'll see a link to I'm Raising. Still working on more on what we're going to do to help encourage donations for Child's Play charity. The donation page is everything you donate is going directly to Child's Play charity. I don't see a dime of it. Nothing ever touches any of my accounts, so it's all going straight to them and helping them out with their mission to help kids. that are stuck in hospitals for any reason. Sometimes it's short stays, sometimes it's longer stays, and helps to give them a bit more of a normal life while they're stuck in the hospital. Anybody that's ever been stuck in the hospital at all knows that it's no fun at all. So anything that can help them have a more normal life and really just to be a kid is always a good thing. So we got a little bit more quartz dust and crystals. What was this? A red garnet. I wonder where that came from. Interesting. So let's see. We've got some other things that we need to work on. I guess what I should do for those shards... Ooh, actually that's something. I hear that if you take a... Let's take the... Not the chicken one. Let's take the cow shard. I'm curious if you can even do this with empty shards. I don't know if you can do it with empty shards or not. Let's take the sheep one over as well, just in case, to get an idea here. We have an anvil, I think. I think I made an anvil at one point. We got some books over here. Did I make an anvil? I clearly have not placed an anvil back in this area, but I thought I had made one. Let us look. Apparently not. Okay, let's, ooh. Let's see here. Iron. Craft us a stack of iron. I don't know exactly how much iron we need, but we're going to need a lot. So, yeah, that recipe, just for... Oh, just to explain a little bit here. It just puts the iron, pulverized iron into our powered furnace. And there's also a recipe in here for making pulverized iron. So that's kind of handy. And we're going to turn that into sand just to get it out of our inventory. What I don't know is, can we make... We cannot. Let me guess. We need a compressor. I did turn off, or turn this override recipe off when I had this on my local environment, but I didn't change that in the configuration on the server, so I think what we are going to need to do is work on getting... Let's take a look at what we can do for circuits. What are some of the ways we can make circuits? We can use refined iron. We can use aluminum. We can use, if we use electrum, then we double it. Apparently this does not seem to have... Huh. This does not have the silicon plate recipe, or was that just the advanced circuits? Ah, I see. The advanced circuits, we can use the silicon plates in place of the regular circuits. So that's a little bit better overall. But that doesn't really help us because we don't need advanced circuits right now. So what I am looking at is, if we look at coin presser, if we look at a compressor, we need a circuit, a machine block, and some stone. That's easy enough. We have... What we don't have, though, is rubber. And we don't have sticky resin. So, what we will need to do fairly soon is set up. There's go collect some of the rubber trees. We know where a whole bunch of rubber trees are, actually. But we'll have to actually collect those, some saplings, and get some rubber production set up here. No saplings right now. Taking a look at here. Oh yeah, we're getting close to full. So that's good. We're almost full on saplings here. That means that our tree farm is working as it should, giving us basically infinite power here. So I think what I... Hello? Why are we running into the wall? What I'm going to do before the next episode is a couple of things. Hopefully I'll be leaving the turtles running to collect more redstone so I can get the wireless access point connected at the Thaumcraft tree. I'm also going to put a access point under the main house so that we can access all of our stuff that we have in the workshop. As we get more and more recipes configured, then we'll actually be able to expand where we're working a lot more. I think if we do get into the bees... Hi, guy. Sorry, he distracted me there. I think if we do get into the bees anytime soon, I'm thinking that we either want to come over into this area here to set up hives, and if we set up hives over in this area... Oh yeah, there's loads of chickens down there. Look at all the eggs. If we set up hives over here, then we will have to acclimatize all of the bees down to survive cold weather. We might want to... I guess our options, we can set them up there. Let's grab, while we're thinking about it here, let's grab a couple apiaries. And let's do this. Let's go, and we're going to place an apiary right here and look at the environment. We have icy arid, so no humidity, and cold. Let's look over here. Ooh. I've heard that. This might be an issue. We have guns of a sort. Yeah, that's how we do it. Perfect. Promo. Man, these guys take a lot. Guys, die. Die already. How am I shooting over your head? There we go. Perfect. That was very noisy. That was very, very noisy. So here it's hot and arid. So we don't really have anything in between close unless the hilltop is nicer. Let's take a look and see what we are at here. Here is normal damp, so we'd have to make all of our bees like soggy weather. And this wouldn't be too bad to come over here to work. Now the drawback to up to either here or even on the other side of the house, yeah, we could also, as far as setting up, we could even, if we were just going to set up in the winter area, we could set up the hives out here and build a small house for all of our bee machines. And that might be what we want to do. I don't know if... Whoops. Let me just take a quick swim here. I don't have any dirt. You. Get a death job. You need to go away. Are you far enough to not care about me anymore? Nope, you still care about me. Boom. Boom. Go away. He's got to be far enough away to not care about me anymore, right? Anyway, I came out here because I was going to look and see if I could put a hive far enough out to check the weather out here. But I don't really have any blocks to use. Guess what I could do? Ha! Cheaty mode. What is this? Normal, normal. Really? Dang guy. So the other thing that we could do is build a little bit of an artificial island out here. And then we have actually a pretty nice environment for our bees. So that might be something. In any case, we are going to take out this creeper. Boom. You are dead, sir. No. Now you are. Now? Come on. Just fall over and die. Come on, creeper. You know you don't want to be around here anymore. There you go. So yeah, that might be what we do. We might actually do some work building that island here coming up really soon. Since I can't actually make an anvil right now, that was what I was kind of planning on doing with those shards. Yeah, I think what I will do is work on getting some of the things. Wow, there went all of the words. Work on getting some basic industrial craft machines assembled. And that way we can start working on making an anvil, and realistically we're going to need to get into some of that stuff regardless. This series is intended to be more of the mystical side of things, but there's going to be some other stuff mixed in as well, just for good measure. And boom! You cannot compete with the blaster. You cannot compete with the blaster. He lost his head. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know we didn't get much of anything done, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Yep. So anyway, let's check on our redstone. No new redstone has come in yet. We're still at the same quartz, so the turtles probably haven't dumped anything new out. I did add one more type of one more setup of storage module here for pre-formatted modules for storing all of the ore and pulverized metals. Right now that's a small one. It should be okay that way for now. It also stores the ingots as they are processed, so hopefully that will do pretty well. I've got the 1K module over here completely full, and these other modules, this one has a lot of room on it still, so we should be okay for any special stuff coming in. But I think, yep, that one's I think I'm getting pretty close to needing another 4K module for bulk materials. I'd really like to get start upgrading to the bigger ones, especially for the bulk stuff. And the bulk materials is all of the cobblestone and all these items that we have tons of. Well, good, we have saplings stored now. That's a good thing. Yeah. Anyway, we may do some computer stuff, probably not much. Yeah, anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.